Hello there, my name is Zach Corwin, and today's vlog will be about the film The Danish Girl, directed by Tom Hooper. The film The Danish Girl closely follows the lives of two people, Einar and Gerda, and displays themes of gender identity and social acceptance. At the start of the story, Einar is somebody who has lived most of their life male appearing, but over the course of the story, learns that they identify more as a female. And eventually this leads to them wanting surgery to physically change from a man to a woman. At the beginning of the story, however, Einar is with Gerda, they're a couple, and as a joke almost, he decides to go to a ball as a woman named Lily. But once they get to the ball, he discovers that Lily is somebody who he actually very closely relates to, and that then a lot of his personality becomes Lily's, even though that was him all along. And then, of course, at the end of the movie, when he decides to become Lily fully and tries to make this change, unfortunately, the surgery doesn't go according to plan. There were a lot of complications, and it is assumed at the end of the story that she might die closely following the surgery. Some key things that I learned in this film were that back when this was a new concept, the social acceptance was almost non-existent. I think the story does, or the movie does, a good job of making it more romantic than it probably actually was. Gerda was a fairly supportive partner for Lily through the whole process, which I think was somewhat unrealistic. But at the end of the film, Gerda wants to believe that, or Gerda does a good job of staying by Lily's side at the end. Another key thing that I learned was that that there are complications that can happen during surgery, especially at that time period that you may not think of, and that in order to do this surgery, Lily was risking their own life to be somebody who they were. Now, something that I learned about myself through the watching of this film was that sometimes things are like, you want to be accepted for things, and society has a way of not accepting you. And sometimes it's hard to get over that barrier, but you just have to be yourself, because if you're not yourself, then you're hiding it. And if you're hiding it, then that creates these barriers within yourself that don't allow you to be who you are. It relates to my own life a little bit, because I've always felt that my identity has been a little bit, there's been a barrier between who I can be and who I want to be. Not that that's as big as other people. I don't mean to say that I have struggled as much as other people, because I don't think I have. But there's always been things in life that you want to express, but sometimes you feel like you can't express them because of how you think that society might treat you afterward. Overall, I think that the film was very informative, and that I learned something from it. Obviously, the choices in terms of actors could be problematic, but I think that they did a pretty good job of portraying how it might feel and how the situation played out, since I think it is based on a real story. But overall, I liked the film. I think others will probably have more to say on it critically, but as a viewer, I thought it was pretty entertaining, and that it did a good job of getting the themes across. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.